Okay, in this demo, I want to go over making a brush from a sample and then modifying it. So you'll see as you start to use like really cool brushes. I'm going to click into this rusty nib. These are some nice drawing brushes. I'm going to click into Sumi. Now you don't have this. I'll show you where to get it during class. But the Sumi Watery is a great brush. I think I use these watery brushes a lot. Let me just try it out. Yeah, that's a nice mark. Okay, why did I do that? Well, I wanted to show you some things that are clicked in with this brush. Shape dynamics, scattering, texture, dual brush, and transfer, build up, smooth. Okay, big whoop. You'll see the thing that's really cool that we're going to make a brush using dual brush is where cool things really happen. Dual brush means two marks or two brushes combined to make one brush. All right, let me show you another one. I think this probably has dual brush too. No, it doesn't. Interesting. This one does. Sumi Dry. Okay, so these are really, like, that's a beautiful mark. Okay, and again, dual brush is clicked here. Okay, so again, I didn't make these brushes. I purchased these brushes from a website that makes cool brushes um, because that's what I do. And you'll notice that a lot of these great brushes are dual brushes. Again, they're combined. So when dual brush is clicked, let's just click on texture. See how that panel of like little brushes disappears? Dual brush shows you the brushes combined to make that brush. Okay, so this is like a place to select which brush you want to combine with which. It's not like, oh, pick your brush here. Again, this is where you pick where one brush gets modified with another brush. Okay, that might seem confusing, but let's just do it. Okay, let's get out of that. And, well, we need to sample something to combine with something else. Okay, so a lot of like actually interesting brushes start off with just a soft round. Okay, so that's going to be our main brush, and we're going to add something to the soft round. All right, so let's get that something to add to it. So I'm going to go up to File, Open, and I'm going to, I'm really bad right now. I have a bunch of crap right on my desktop I'm working off of. Brushes. Now this file you'll be able to download from the tutorials page. And that awesome noise in the background is my cat scratching on the door. Hang on one second. Okay, so the cat actually just ran away, which makes it even cooler. So let's start with this like little splattery thing. Okay, so all we're going to do is sample this and turn this into a brush, and then we'll go ahead and make the dual brush. So to sample this, I think the easiest way might be the magic wand. Let's try that. Yeah, that got it perfect. So just magic wand it. If you miss like a few splatters, um, go ahead and like get them both. All right, and that's enough. I'll grab a couple down here. You could use like color select or whatever, but that does it fine. All right, and to make it so I could click and add to the sample, I don't know if anyone saw that, just click on this little extra box. All right, that means add to selection, but you guys should know that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go to Edit, Define Brush Preset, and now that's my brush. And I'll just call this splatter. All right. So now that's my brush. Okay. And why is it coming in gray? My flow is at 50%, which doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to make a new blank layer. I'm going to turn this off. And again, we're going to start this with the soft round. Okay. And I'll show you why. Okay, so that's our main brush. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a dual brush out of it, and we're going to put that splatter effect inside. Okay, and you can get a really quite cool brush. So here I'm going to go right to dual brush. Now the hard part is we have to find that little sample in this big dumb list. All right, and that is where I have a hard time. So I'm looking for that little shape. And you know, when you have 6 gazillion brushes, it makes it harder, but I think I just saw it right up there. Okay. Yeah, I have like 3 of them. I've done this a few times. And I guess they're changing on the size of it. All right, I'm just going to go with this one. Okay, so now my line is looking like that. Okay, so I can adjust the spacing, and again, it means like what is the spacing between the thing that's kind of flowing around it, okay, or flowing in it. All right, so the spacing is for the thing inside. Do I want it to scatter? So I start to get this kind of crunchy line. And that's what I'm kind of going for, is like a crunchy kind of line. I'm going to make that bigger. I'm going to make actually the size bigger and the count more. All right, and we're going to keep going with this. Let's see. Let's do I'm going to scatter on all the axles. And there we go. Okay, so that's starting to look like a cool brush. Now let's go back to shape dynamics. And again, we're going to like jitter it a little bit. Add a little angle jitter. Alright, so how's it looking? That's looking better. It's like a nice like tattered line. We get a clean canvas. It's okay if yours doesn't look exactly like mine. Alright, do I want to add scattering to it? Maybe. Let's see. And that might get real chunky. Let's see. I kind of like that. I'm going to go back that off a little bit. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Make this bigger. Alright, that's like a cool kind of tattered brush. Alright, you can see that little thing flying around. Anything else? Let's try adding some transfer to it. Okay, so what this is going to do is going to mess with like how it's blending. So opacity, do you want the opacity of the brush to jitter? Yeah, why not? The flow, actually I don't want the opacity, I want the flow. So flow will build up slowly over time. Alright, so let's see. That's kind of nice. So as I draw darker, you know, it kind of builds up. 50%, oh, I don't want opacity. And let's try, I'll just add some noise to it. Okay, so these are like one and done. Meaning like there's no options for them. You just like, do you want noise? Do you want... and I don't like how that actually turned out. I'm going to turn off that, turn off that. Alright, there we go. I kind of like that. That's not bad. Okay, so with a little transfer, kind of builds up slowly, which is kind of nice. It's kind of grungy little line. I don't know if I like transfer actually. Let me turn it off. Yeah, I just like the full force. You know, put it down to 10 right away. That's actually a cool brush. And that makes like kind of an interesting line. You know, that has like a nice kind of build up to it. What if we try wet edges now? My edges, I just never like. I don't know why. me try noise and smoothing. Actually, I like the noise with it. Noise is good. Okay, so that's making like your own dual brush. Okay, let's look at, when we come back, we'll look at texture and color dynamics. I guess probably just with this brush that you're making. Okay, so we'll stop there.